Hi friends, how are you all? Um, Today we are going to discuss about a very important topic about microbiomes during pregnancy. Just hold on, I'm just waiting for Dr. Praveen Jacob to join with us. Um, hi, yes. Hi, Shakti. Okay, I'm just waiting. Hello, sir. Good evening.
Yeah, hi, Dr. Harini. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good, sir. How are you?
Yeah, doing good, doing good. It's my
Okay,
great
good.
pleasure to interact with you today regarding gut microbes.
Yes,
And
and
I'm truly fascinated by your work. That's uh, the birth without natural way of therapy.
thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So I'm really happy to invite you for our channel, and I'm just excited to hear to your words. So, sir, let's start with your introduction. I think I know little about him, and I think Sir can explain, Dr. Praveen Jacob can explain about him and his uh, works in naturopathy and regarding the microbe and everything. So, Dr. Praveen Jacob, he is an adjunct professor in NITTE University, and he has done a lots of work on microbiomes, which is the most fascinating thing which I got attracted to his work. So, sir, over to you, and please just introduce yourself also.
Yeah, I'm Dr. Praveen Jacob, located in a region of Karnataka, middle region of Karnataka called as Sirsi. And I am associate with Dr. Venkatramana Hegde, who is operating a 100-bedded naturopathy hospital from past 10 years. And even addition to that, I am working as an adjuncted professor in KS Hegde Medical Academy, where we are pursuing research activities. And one more, my area of expertise, like I'm an advisor for a couple of nutritional companies because I'm like scientific advisor to Alpha Natural Nutrition and Atmantan Wellness Center. And also I'm a consultant. So I'm particularly focusing on autoimmune disorder. I do get lots of patients, like around 30% of our total patients consist of autoimmune categories.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm able to reverse their tormenting condition by targeting and manipulating gut bacteria. So I do know one thing, that autoimmune disorders are no longer related to our bad genes. It is just mediated by gut microbes. That's what I was really, I have a passion to promote this gut, amazing, the incredible science of gut bacteria.
Wow,
So
wow.
let me know about your activities.
Yes, doctor. Actually, I'm Dr. Harini, and I'm a yeah, as you know, I'm a naturopathy and yoga physician. And
Mm-hmm,
previously, but after completing my BNYS, I was working in Christian Mission Hospital in Madurai as a duty doctor in OG
mm-hmm,
ward. And there I was
mm-hmm,
much impressed. I love to work with the mothers over there. And after
mm-hmm,
that, but one thing which stuck to me is like I don't want these many medical interventions into birth. So why a
mm-hmm.
mother could not give birth just like my grandmother, just like my aunts and everyone, like our
Mhm,
elder. So that is one
mhm,
thing which made me to take a decision that I should go with natural birthing for my kid. So
mhm,
when I was pregnant, first time pregnant, and I was just searching for the centers, birth centers, hospitals, and everything. I was
mhm,
literally traveling around 5,000 kilometers during my pregnancy in search of a birth center.
mhm.
And
Oh my God.
finally we ended up with the hospital in Chennai. It is called Bloom Fertility Center. And there they
Mm-hmm.
started maybe like 6 months before when we reached there, they started
Mm-hmm.
naturopathy, and I said like these are my conditions and I want all these things. And I had a very good
Okay.
birth and I had a very good experience. And then I was really excited to teach all these things to other mothers also. So in a
Mm-hmm.
right way. I started searching for the courses and I ended up with doing childbirth education with
Mm-hmm.
ICE organization.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
then for my second baby, I went to Birth Village. It is a birth center in Kochi. So after that,
Mm-hmm.
my doula, who was in Bloom Fertility Center, she asked me like, why don't you try to help all those mothers? Because at that time I was working in a multi-specialty hospital, and she said like, why
Mm-hmm.
don't you help mothers with your naturopathy and yoga to the in your hospital? And I was
Mm-hmm.
just asking to every auditions, whoever I was meeting at that time. I just asked them like, we can do this. All these things are there. I did my birth like that, and everything I explained. And most of the time, I got the answer like, really? Is water birth is safe for for baby to get delivered? And there are so many risks. We can't do this. And I said, like, no, water birthing, no, not only water birthing, we can go with the ground birthing and other things. And literally, I get no answers. And
Mm-hmm.
finally,
Okay.
one doctor, she said yes, and we started our journey. And now
Mm-hmm.
we are going with the things. And it was
Okay.
really
Really
like
glad.
wonderful things.
Yeah. Yeah. In way, you are undertaking an incredible job. Appreciating you, Lord. So lots of
Thank you.
young doctors. I hope that lots of young doctors can come forward and can pursue, this natural way of health system can be promoted.
Yes, sir.
Really
Yes, sir.
appreciating you.
That is
Yeah.
my real ambition actually. So
Okay.
many should come into this field.
Okay. Yeah. Um,
So yes, sir.
so
So coming to our
how?
topic, yes, sir.
Yeah. Just you can ask me question. Carry on.
Okay, sir. So I have so many things to ask, but I have cut shorted into few questions. So
Okay, please.
I just want to ask why, what is the importance of microbiomes for a newborn baby, just born
Yeah,
baby?
yeah,
What's the importance of microbiomes?
yeah. So, just human cells. So, human body is composed of two types of cells. We always think that we have human cells. No, it is wrong notion. We have two types of cells. One is bacterial cells, and next is human cells. One surprising fact: human cells makes up just 43 percentage of total cell count. Rest are
Oh,
bacteria.
okay.
43 percentage and 57 percentage of our cells are bacterial cells.
Wow.
So, yeah, so understanding these microbes are transforming the medical science today, modern medical science, in a great way. Scientists have found that these microbes, this tiny organism, so the moment we hear about microbes, a type of fear invoke in our mind.
Yeah, germs.
But yeah, there are James theories and all, but 99 percentage microbes are helpful to promote our health. Scientists have found that microbes perform incredible jobs. Like they are very important to prevent allergies, psychiatric disorders. All are result of abnormal bacteria. So your body is not just you alone. We are not alone. We
We
are
are not
not alone.
alone.
We always tell that I am alone. I don't have anyone. I don't have anyone to trust me. So, but you have a trustworthy companion always with you, which is the bacteria, gut bacteria. So your body is not just you alone. That is the main point I want to highlight here. No matter how many times you wash, how many times you sterile your body, in the nook and corner of your cells, in the organs, which is covered by bacteria. These microbes, one fact here, as I told you, microbes outnumber our own cells. About 50-50. Human being is made up of 50 percentage bacterial cells and 50 percentage human cells. So you can say they are better half. They're like better half.
Okay.
Yeah. So even another surprising fact, exciting fact about the gut microbe is that not only number of cells. For instance, we have inherited 22,000 genes from our parents. 22,000 genes we have inherited from our parents. But number of bacteria genes in our body are 3 million, 30 lakh.
Oh.
So we have almost, like 1,000 times older bacterial DNA than our own DNA from various type of bacteria, and they are here for a reason. They are not simply here in our body. These microbes are not there is here for a reason. The reason is that we give them habitat, a place to live, and they will keep us alive. If these bacteria are not, we cannot alive. And the responsibilities, let me tell you the responsibility for this bacteria might be look at the external environment. You can see the dosha batter. Who produced the dosha batter? Who makes it? Bacteria. Who makes
Bacteria.
buttermilk? Who makes buttermilk? Bacteria.
Bacteria.
Who make pickle? Bacteria. Who make alcohol? Bacteria. And the dead matter is decomposed by bacteria. The oxygen in the atmosphere, it was generated by bacteria. What even our ancestor, great ancestor was a single cell bacteria. Gradually we evolved to multicellular organisms. So likewise, the external environment is regulated bacteria. Likewise, our internal environment also dictated. I would like to use the word here. Our internal environment is literally dictated by this this tiny organism, gut bacteria. So they're more hard worker than better half. You know that better half perform all types of jobs in the home, okay? But when you compare our better half, gut bacteria, they're more hard worker than our real better half. The responsibility of bacteria in our body, 90% brain hormones, not in brain. It is produced in our gut by bacteria. Another important function of bacteria to regulate our immunity. The immunity is controlled by gut bacteria. That is another important function. They helps to digest the food. They helps to absorb the nutrients. They helps to break down polysaccharides. They are very important to produce some of the vitamins. They produce another important type of fatty acid called as short chain fatty acids. But two important aspect of gut bacteria, one is controlling the immunity and production of brain hormones.
Okay. Sorry, a video was passed. Is it clear, sir?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, so actually, not recently, like before 3 or 4 months before, I came to see a video in YouTube. A
Okay.
doctor, he's a very famous doctor over here. He's Dr. Shivaraman. He told in his video that one patient was treated for IBS by taking the
Mm-hmm.
microbiomes from the other person, and
Mm-hmm.
those microbiomes were they were ingested to the patient, and he got cured with the IBS, but
Mm-hmm.
still after that even his characteristics was changed like the donor person.
Yeah,
So
yeah, 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 yeah.
that was something exciting thing. Like I was really like, wow, this is such an amazing thing. Even the microbiomes changes our character. Is it? Sir?
Characteristics, because rat studies and mice studies, lots of studies, because one of the emerging trend in psychiatry is called a psychobiome. Psychobiome. And there is a concept of gut-brain axis. So there is a continuous communication exists between gut and brain. That's called as gut-brain axis. So gut also called as second brain. Not only in brain, because 90% of brain hormones like serotonin and 50% of dopamine, and addition to that 40 types of neurotransmitters are produced in gut. 40 types of neurotransmitters are produced in the gut, so they plays a very important role. That's what the psychobiome. There are lots of peptides, proteins, or are secreted by endocrine cells, and which is lining in the gut barrier. So they can have the impact on our behavior. So they're called as psychobiome. This compound secreted by gut is called as psychobiome. They can they can stimulate vagus nerve endings. They can send lots of chemicals to brain. Lots of, so the brain is controlled by gut bacteria. That's what now scientists found that when rats scientists transferred a speakers of a rats to the gut bacteria of a group of rats to another group. Now, surprisingly, the donor rats assume the characteristics of recipient rats. That's what it is like. If you transfer your gut bacteria to me, I'm going to have your characteristics, your behavior changes, So that's a very interesting study and it's true. And as IBS is concerned, I no more call IBS as irritable bowel syndrome. I will call always IBS as irritated bacterial syndrome.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
So this,
nice.
bacteria produce a profound because as I pointed out, the IBS, the major concern is impaired production of serotonin. 90% serotonin is produced in our gut, not in our brain. Later it get carried to brain after production. So the serotonin has got two major role. The first function of serotonin is initiating the peristaltic movement. After initiating peristaltic movement, it is taken back to the brain where it acts as a brain hormone. So two functions. So when you have the gut bacterial issue, it's called as SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. So the serotonin production is impaired, leading to increased peristaltic movement, and which can result in IBS symptoms. So there is a great role. My success rate of treating IBS is close to 100% after I learned about gut bacteria and IBS.
Wow, that's wonderful, sir. That's really wonderful. Like every
So
information.
have you noticed any changes in the the natural birth and C-section children? Any behavior changes could you notice because you are expert in this field?
Sir, actually, what symptoms, signs we noticed is like first thing, they have a breastfeeding issues, and second thing, with C-section babies, I could see more irritability with C-section babies than natural birthing babies. So this is
Okay.
like something major things I could see, but other
Okay.
things the studies are going on. Like I'm just learning. So,
Okay.
but these
Okay.
are
Yeah.
major things, and they have one more thing is like the C-section babies get more allergies when they
Yeah.
grow.
Yeah.
They are prone to
Definitely, I'll
more.
come to that point. Yeah, I would like to elaborate. It's a very good observation, but there is a more likelihood of developing constipation, behavior disorder, and allergies. I'll come to that point shortly. Yes. Okay.
Okay. So I just want to know, for a newborn baby, we learn like for a newborn baby when it is born through through vaginally, they get
Yes.
vaginal flora from the mom during the birth.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
for this we have so many studies are there, and for c-section babies, even for the c-section babies, they are doing vaginal feeding, like taking the with a gauze piece, just wiping the vaginal area, and just putting over the baby's face. It is called vaginal feeding, and they are doing all those things, but still it is not a
Mm-hmm.
proved, scientifically proved
Yes.
method. But why the vaginal flora is much more important for the newborn baby?
Yeah, I will come to that. You see, the during the child in the womb of mother, their gut is literally sterile. No bacteria are found in the gut of child. They get first dosage of the bacteria soon after, breaking of amniotic sac.
Okay.
So when the child start passing through the journey through the vaginal tract, as it reaches to the vaginal, start gulping lots of vaginal fluids. And most of the gut bacteria of mother is similarly found in the vaginal fluid as well. So the first dosage of gut bacteria are transferred to the sterile gut of the child by drinking the vaginal fluid. So that is very crucial. The problem here is that so the most of the bacteria, there are three types categories of bacteria. One is VVIP bacteria, one is VIP bacteria, one is normal bacteria.
Okay.
So even definitely after you comes out, emerge from the birth canal, you are exposed to bacteria. In a world of bacteria, you do get lots of bacteria, like from buttermilk, from the from the skin of mother. But they are VIP bacteria. VVIP bacteria are found only in the vaginal fluid of mother.
Okay, they are more
Got my
important.
point here?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So those VVIP bacteria, initially, if they make the colony in the gut of child, rest of the bacteria cannot make the colony. It's a problem that which bacteria reach first. If the mother inches some pathogenic bacteria are arriving to gut, they are likely to make the colony. So it is very crucial to have this VVIP bacteria. There are three types of gut bacteria, falls into three categories: Bacteroidetes, Firmicutes, and Actinobacteria. These are they almost all bacteria are anaerobic bacteria.
Okay.
And bacteria, like most of the bacteria are found in the oxygen deprived large colon. There is no oxygen. It's like a deep ocean, deep ocean, deep sea. When you go down, there is no sunlight, no oxygen. Our colon also exactly same way. There is no oxygen, it's a, oxygen deprived environment. So 99% of microbes are found in the colon, where oxygen is totally deprived. So it is very crucial to implant those VVIP bacteria. So the problem that when you do cesarean section, you are bypassing this important crucial step, bypassing the vaginal delivery. Child does not get the vaginal fluid. So end up getting first dosage of the bacteria from carers who is standing, like from the doctor or nurses. The first dosage is likely to transfer to the child, not from the, so that legacy of transferring bacteria from grandmother to mother to child is completely broken down here. So the bacteria, once child gets from the external environment, from the skin of doctor, from the skin of mother, or from the external environment, from the hospital bed, are unlikely to have very good, they're not that good bacteria. That's the problem here. The child with the C-section they do have good bacteria, but they have poor diversity. Do you know this coffee estate, or tea estate?
Yes, sir.
There are same type of plants everywhere. Just travel, you don't get diversity. But if you enter to Western Ghats, the diversity is very important. You get different type of floras and faunas, different type of plants, different type of flower, different type of animal. But in a rubber estate or coffee estate, you end up having 5 or 6 species. That is a major concern. Now studies found that the people with the autism, the children with the ADHD, attention deficiency disorder, behavior disorder, like learning disorders, they all have less diversity. So two important factors important. One is number of good bacteria, diverse. More diverse, it is better for you. The second aspect, the harmful bacteria. Got my point here? So that's one of the main concern here. C-section children have very poor diversity of gut bacteria. Therefore, they are more prone to get allergy, depression, Parkinson disorder, their ADHD, autism, and even constipation, food allergy, nuts allergy, milk allergy. So there, it goes like a huge number of problems can be faced in the future.
Okay, that's really amazing, sir. Like we thought like that is just a simple thing, but this is not a really this is not a simple thing. And usually in a traditional side, my parents used to say like, who takes the baby first, the baby will act like them. They become like them.
Absolutely.
So this is this is
Wow.
what our
Wow.
parents would say, and now I could understand this.
Yeah, it's incredible observation and amazing, baby. Amazing observation. Okay.
So, sir, is it like only during the delivery the baby gets the microbiomes, or even the microbiomes, like little transfer of microbiomes will be there even during the intrauterine period too, like when the mother baby is inside
No.
the
Intrauterine periods, intrauterine, no. It's soon after the amniotic sac get broken. The
structure.
bacteria start, rushing to the gut. That's only one area. No chance. And in fact, in womb, our gut is sterile. There is no bacteria. We have only one cell in gut. In the womb of mother, we are only one. But when we came out, we are two. bacteria and human. We are
Oh,
always remember we are hybrid species. We are not alone. We are hybrid species. Hybrid species of bacteria plus human being together.
yeah, true, true, true. That's amazing, sir. So, I just want to ask one more thing. Like, so when the baby is getting all these microbiomes, see, I have watched the movie called Microbirth, which is a very famous
Okay.
documentary movie. You know, so in
Hmm.
and in that movie, one scientist would be saying like, these pandemic diseases have the root because of the birth. So when the birth is
Hmm.
not when the birth is not proper, when the baby is not getting all those microbiomes, so people will face so many pandemics even after this. So it is not a simple thing. We'll face many pandemics because of the lack of this microbiomes and everything. Is it something like that? So like,
I don't think so related to infectious disease, but one of the main problem, the poor gut health can significantly contribute to allergy and autoimmune disorders. Definitely, you see, even animal like here, for example, the wild animal, monkey or chimpanzee, you see, they do have a gut bacteria exactly like human being, and they do get infectious disease. And they can promote our immunity, but it cannot prevent all type of disorder because definitely, I feel it can boost our immunity to a great scale rather than curing all type of disorder. But one thing is sure, allergic responses like food allergy or skin allergy, the psoriasis, autoimmune disorders, they have got very poor gut diversity.
okay, sir. Fine. So I think uh, I have ended with all these questions, but still I would like to know more about these microbiomes, sir.
So yeah, okay, please carry on.
Yes, like I just have one thing like what can we do for the say, babies who born in C-section, born from C-section, like how we can maintain the yes, of course we can't get all these VVIPs microbiomes, but still
Yeah.
how we can improve the diversity of the microbiome for the baby, or how we can reduce the allergy rate and other effects after C-section for
Yeah,
the
yeah,
baby.
yeah. That's a fantastic question because it's practically relevant here. Yeah, to improve the gut bacteria. As I told you, we continue to get our bacteria are continue to change for lifelong. Even when you move from one location to another environment, you are likely to change. So there are five factors, not just C-section. Another four important factors also seems to have impact on gut diversity. Another important aspect, I feel it's more than C-section. The antibiotic exposure is a major concern here. So
Okay.
when mother consume antibiotics during the pregnancy time, that is likely to kill all vaginal bacteria as well. So
Okay.
when mother consume antibiotic during the pregnancy, that is resulting in the less diversity of vaginal fluid, and that can transfer to the child as well. That's the reason early exposure of mother as well child to antibiotics are the most crucial steps determine the diversity of gut bacteria. Hundreds of studies, even studies published in British Medical Journal,
Mm.
strongly found that children who exposed to antibiotics at early infancy are more likely tenfold high risk of developing asthma allergy in the future.
Sure.
Study
And
published in British Medical Journal, and there had been a study. The prevalence of allergy, asthma in the farmhouse children and children in urban region. They found that urban children are like 15 times tends to have allergy than farmhouse children because farmhouse children have constant exposure to bacteria from livestock and they drink raw milk. Raw milk also good source, amazing source of bacteria. So this also even one studies found that the tribals of Amazon, the Brazil forest, Amazon tribals, and they compare the gut bacteria of American children, they found that they have over 4,000 species of bacteria for tribals in the South American country, Brazil. but American children had 500 types of bacteria. So almost 8-fold diverse bacteria for urban children. So this diversity is very crucial. So better diversity, your immune system will be very stronger. And second factor, antibiotics. Third factor, formula food, baby food.
True, true, true.
So baby foods, like the major benefit of breast milk, it contains two amazing natural antibiotics. One is called as lactoferrin, a type of protein. It's an antimicrobial peptide. It can act as a natural antibiotic. Second amazing natural molecule in breast milk is oligofructosaccharide. Oligofructosaccharide. This is a special food. See, when you eat food, when you eat rice, or when you eat chapati, you always think that you're eating for yourself, isn't it? But here afterwards, keep in the mind that your better half is starving. You have huge number of bacteria waiting in your gut. So what is the special food of this gut bacteria? Or chapati, roti, or the protein cannot be digested by our better half. Better half require a special food called as fiber. Not all type of fiber, soluble fiber. So the mother breast milk is blessed with a particular type of fiber called as oligofructosaccharide. It can serve as the food of gut bacteria. Those oligofructosaccharide in the breast milk travel to gut, where bacteria convert it into short chain fatty acids. So that is a very important mechanism. So when you give formula like
Formula milk.
formula milk or the cereals, you are missing these two important factors. So that also make our gut bacteria very much angry. Diversity is less likely to have diversity, and this will have impact in the future. So formula food. So first, as I told you, C-section. Second, formula food. Third important factor is antibiotic exposure. And the fourth factor is environment where we are living. As I told you, urban children have very less number of gut bacteria because they are living in too hygienic society. Apartment, they never step their foot in the soil. They consume the food from packed foods. They have sterile vegetable, sterile fruits. Their hygiene is too much. So too much hygiene also can kill our gut bacteria. That is an important thing. See, when I was in Bangalore, so I was staying outskirts of Bangalore in a place called as Kenkeri, and there is a drainage runs close to my house, like 1 kilometer away from my house, and severe smell was, foul smell was emerging always from this dirty water. So I found that 50 to 60 children are always staying close to that water. They are swimming in this dirty water, and there had outbreak of dengue fever. And after that, I went and asked to those children, do you have anyone of you got fever? Despite getting thousands of mosquito bite, not even a single child in the street got. But what makes the difference? Because they have better gut bacteria. They are drinking dirty water. They are living in a dirty atmosphere. So their gut is very strong. So their immunity is very strong. So the environment also plays a very important factor. So tribal children have better diversity. So these are the 4 important factors influence our gut bacteria and immunity. Number 1 is the mode of delivery, like C-section or natural delivery, vaginal delivery. Second is the baby food or formula food. Third is antibiotic exposure. Fourth is environment. Of these 4, the main killer of gut bacteria, the atom bomb to gut bacteria is antibiotic. That's what, could you observe one thing? When you start antibiotics to child, okay, first time, after starting antibiotic, next week again child will get fever. And again next week. So child get into a vicious cycle. So we have a proverb in Malayalam, Eliye pidikan illan chuduva. Eliye pidikan, to catch the rat, setting the fire to enter house. To control cold, the antibiotic is like same way. To catch a simple cold, we are damaging our entire system, entire immune system. So it's a very dangerous, the antibiotic exposure. Maybe you are required in emergency condition, but you don't abuse antibiotics. That is the number 1 factor damaging our gut health.
True, and the sad truth is around 60% of antibiotics are used in pediatric departments.
Yeah, that's what a very unsad fact, unfortunate fact. Huh?
True.
Okay.
And actually it is misused. That's what the article said. Like in India, more than 60% of antibiotics are misused in pediatric side. So that is really heartbreaking.
Even
We are
parents also, they have a worry. Even child get a small cold or they're really concerned, so they run to the pediatrician. They prescribe heavy dosage of medicines and resulting in poor gut health, and which will have impact for lifelong. You see the child when you take antibiotic younger age, that will have impact for lifelong.
so we can allow, sir. This is something related to at this pandemic situation. So we are using.
Okay, please.
Sorry for this.
No,
So
no worry.
nowadays we are sanitizing our hands. We are keeping everything in a sanitized way. So, what do you think about these things, sir? Like,
Yeah, fantastic question.
we are
I'll give you an
actually
example.
killing all the microbiomes in our hands, and we are completely sanitizing. We are in a like more sterile environment nowadays. So, what would be the outcome after this?
That's what I told you. Three major functions of gut bacteria. Three major functions. The number one is regulation of your immunity.
Mm.
90, not regulation, we can say dictated of our immunity. Immunity is dictated by gut bacteria. Second important role of gut bacteria, it's like production of brain hormones. Third one, digestion of food. This is the three important functions of gut bacteria. Let me come to the most important aspect of gut bacteria, regulation of immunity. For instance, gut microbes. I will use an example here. The gut microbes are police forces. Like you can say, our immune cells are like a security force of Indian security force, or you can say they're police force.
Mm.
And the police force, the major responsibility, for example, you see the Mumbai police, the main responsibility, they should be able to distinguish who is good, who is bad, isn't it? Who is criminal, who is friend. They should be able to distinguish. So they require police, they require the training for maybe 3 to 4 years. So the training academy is our gut. Okay, police training academy is gut.
Okay.
Okay, the security force is our immune cells.
Okay.
Like police force is our, and training faculties, require training academy, training faculty, and the students. So the training faculty of our immune system is our gut bacteria. Like the senior police faculties train the police force. Likewise, our gut bacteria in gut academy is gut bacteria train our immune system, which helps immune system distinguish who is invader, who is friend. There are lots of invading, like there are many factors our body should not attack, like the eye, cells of joint, which all are our part of our body. And immunity should not attack on that, friends.
Mm.
Their target should be the enemies who is invading, okay? So the immune system are trained by gut bacteria to distinguish who is bad, who is friend.
Good.
The problem here is that if this training is inadequate, if it is not proper, the training is not proper, the immune system cannot distinguish good from bad. Immune system start attacking our own body, leading to autoimmune disorder. That's the main problem here. So immunity is completely controlled by gut bacteria. Second important aspect, 40 type of neurotransmitters, 90% of serotonin, the main brain hormone, serotonin, 50% of dopamine, and 40 types of neurotransmitters are produced in gut. Later it goes to brain. So if you have a good Madhya Pradesh, your Uttar Pradesh will be in a healthy condition. It is not it's very significant here. So depression, that's what now scientists, what happened? They took up the depression patient. And schizophrenia, schizophrenia, no cure. It's a type of psychosis. Schizophrenic patient, the stool sample of fecus of schizophrenic patient and depression patient, IBS patient, they transferred their fecus to the germ-free mice, rats. And all rats start getting the symptoms of depression and schizophrenia. Got it? When scientists transferred the gut bacteria of a depressive man to rats, rats start getting the depression. So just imagine what a profound impact this gut microbes has on our health and wellness. So wellness and disease are mediated by gut bacteria. Third important thing is digestion of food. Digestion, we think that we are digesting our food. No, there are lots of enzymes are secreted by bacteria lining in our gut. So they helps to break down complex carbohydrate, complex polysaccharide. I will tell you one example. So maybe I feel 95. Back in 95, I was into 10th standard. So actually, I hail from a family. My ancestors are rubber planter. We have rubber estates.
Okay.
So midst of my rubber estate, there was a toilet, which was built by my great grandpa in 1950. So in 1995, an issue started. Foul smell started coming out from the toilet. Very severe foul smell. My grandpa brought some plumbers. They tried to repair. Everything went in right. Smell did not subside. Then one neighbor of my, like traditional house, suggested to my grandma, you just mix 1 bucket of cow dung water, copper water, cow dung and water. He pushed to toilet tank. Next day, smell subsided.
Next
So
day.
issue was there. Next day, smell subsided. The issue was there. This toilet was made very long ago, like 50 years ago. All workers were taking bath. Every workers were taking bath in the toilet. So what happened that all soap water flushed to the tank, which gradually killed all bacteria, which is converting stool into soil. Stool into soil. So what happened? No bacteria were there. When we replace the bacteria from the cow dung, the problems to. So when you have mouth smell, the problem is not in your mouth. The problem is in your tank. There is the bacteria are missing. Likewise, you require lots of bacteria to digest food, to convert stool, to produce the stool. So when you are missing the bacteria, you end up having constipation. So these are the 3 important functions of bacteria. One is controlling our immunity. Second, production of brain hormones. The third one is digestion of food. And I would like to tell you one more example. My maternal side, like my mother have got 7 siblings. All of them are settled in United States from past 40 years. And most of my cousins are born and brought up in United States. I'm the only one spare in India now. All my cousins are in United States. I see 50% of my cousins from maternal side in US who born and brought up in US, they have nuts allergy. One of my cousin, she was flying from United States to Norway and she bit a small piece of biscuit which contained a tiny piece of cashew and almost she got an anaphylactic shock. She was almost died in the flight. So but then I took a survey. I have many siblings and cousins in India as well. None of my cousins in India are suffering from nuts allergy. But many of my cousins in United States, they do have severe type of nuts allergy. What makes the difference? The difference is that my cousins are born in a sterile country. Their hygiene is too much. They never have played in soil. So their gut bacteria are weaker. They are missing some bacteria, which is particularly helping to digest nuts. But in India, we all had born and brought up in village, in rural atmosphere. We had lots of cows in our house. We played with the cattle. We played with the, animal, like domesticated animals. We do have lots of exposure to soil. So our gut is very stronger. That's what I'm able to digest nuts. Even if I go to US, if I live in a sterile country of United States for another 30 years, I might be losing the ability to digest the nuts. I had a patient, a police officer from Bangalore. He developed a milk allergy and chapati, wheat allergy, when he was into 5th standard. Now he's 45-year-old police officer. He had this issue almost 35 years. Milk allergy. He could not drink milk or he never enjoyed chapati. But last lockdown, he was deputed to remote region of Bangalore. He did not have access to any food. But before that, I happened to meet him. I delivered a talk on gut bacteria. He started taking prebiotics. Like I prescribed some natural probiotics and prebiotics prior to this incident, like 3 months prior to this incident. So he forced to drink 1 cup of milk. Surprisingly, he could digest that milk. You see, when he modified his gut bacteria, his 35 year of allergy to wheat, gluten and milk got completely relapsed just by changing the gut bacteria. So, what is my message here? When you have milk allergy, when you have food allergy, they are not result of your gut. It's a result of you're missing some bacteria. All you have to do is you replace that bacteria so you can come out from this crisis.
Okay, sir. So for coming to our kids, because now with all this fear and about we got so many news about this third wave is going to affect pediatrics mainly. So with all those information, we are keeping our kids inside the house, and we are actually we have to keep our kids inside because of this lockdown and everything, we can't go out. So, with the in inside the house, how we can keep the environment safe for the kids or bacteria friendly for the kids, and what food we can give for the babies to keep their immunity in a good condition.
Yeah, very good, very relevant question, practically relevant question here. So, important thing, you should stay away from sugar. Sugar can literally wash out all the healthy gut bacteria. Number one enemy of our, and you always make sure that don't give any antibiotics during this type of pandemic. Maximum, you try to stay away from antibiotics. So stay away from sugar, stay away from, keep and throw all the bakery products and junk foods out of the house. Okay? Don't keep anything in the refrigerator. That's the important thing. Second thing, there are some simple natural tricks to modulate our gut bacteria. The number one, try to take probiotics, natural probiotic, yogurt, buttermilk. So there is some other simple tricks, like you take cabbage, you take one cabbage, chop into small pieces, add 1 tablespoon of salt and mix it well, keep in a jar, tight jar, it should be very tight. You should tightly keep it. There should not be any space left out. Okay, tightly keep that cabbage and keep it for 5 days. And you are going to have trillions of bacteria. It is called a sour cute. And you just take salt water, cut this cucumber pieces, carrot, and dip in the salt water with a little bit vinegar. And that is going to be a great source of natural probiotic. And so there is a two aspect of improving the gut health. One is probiotics. Probiotics are live bacteria, living bacteria, like found in buttermilk, yogurt, in pickles. Okay. So the probiotics alone is not sufficient. Probiotics are like seeds. The bacteria are like seeds. So when you plant the seeds, always you try to put fertilizer also, isn't it? So this seeds require fertilizer. That fertilizer is called as prebiotics.
Okay.
The probiotics are bacteria, live bacteria.
Okay.
And prebiotics are the fertilizer to nourish this particular, the live bacteria, probiotics. So you require this combination of pro and prebiotics. So prebiotics are found in flax seeds. Not all type of fiber can convert into, they can serve as the food of bacteria. There are only few types of fiber found. One is the flax seed. Second, sabja seed, kama kasturi, lemon juice. So beautiful soil. It can ferment. It can rapidly ferment to yield butyric acid, a type of short chain fatty acids called as butyric acids. They are amazing, incredible source. Another amazing source is banana flour. Banana flour contain a type of fiber called as inulin, fructooligosaccharides. And next one is onion. Onion contain lots of inulin, like a short chain fructooligosaccharides. Then another source is, so these are the 4 better sources. And in fruits, guava fruit is the better source of soluble fiber. There is a type of fiber called as viscous forming soluble fiber, which is found in guava powder. Ladies, as per the vegetable is concerned, lady's finger. When you break the lady's finger, you can notice a type of mucus, a thick mucus. That is nothing but a type of soluble fiber, has the ability to ferment by bacteria. So this, you try to give lots of, like 1 teaspoon of flaxseed, 1 teaspoon of sabja seeds, and try to give, you can make banana palya of banana flour. So this is going to transform the gut health, and definitely that can boost the immunity in an unprecedented scale. So probiotic and prebiotic. Second, stay away from junk foods. Stay away from all type of sugary and sweets and all this type of foods. They can enjoy meat, fish, eggs, vegetable, lots of fruits, nothing. They're all are harmless, in fact.
Okay, sir. So only these bakery items and sugary foods are really harmful for
Sugary foods are
us.
dangerous. It is, there is always misconception. Non-veg, non-veg is really good. That can, and even protein is important. Fish is a good option. Eggs are amazing source of protein, so they can boost immunity by enhancing the production of immunoglobulins.
Okay, good, good. So nice. So
Yeah. So
lots
really
of
great interaction with you. And I'm really glad that you are pursuing a great career, like helping thousands of people to have a natural uh, delivery. And it's a great, and you can keep these facts into your mind.
yes, sir,
So
sure.
you are helping to, it's not, just you see, for instance, I'll tell you, I delivered a talk in Dharwad, High Court of Karnataka, located in Dharwad. So I had an opportunity to deliver a talk. So the chief judge of I delivered a talk on gut bacteria. So the chief judge, he hails from a remote village of Belgaum district, and he stood and told me, there is a culture, a practice, tradition in a remote region of Belgaum, that every pregnant woman are supplemented with a small piece of mud every day.
Every day. Oh, wow.
Every day, small piece of mud is supplemented too. They were exploring a great science. The mud is a resource of a type of probiotics called as soil-based bacteria, SBO, soil-based organisms. So this SBO, soil-based bacteria found in mud, they reach to colon intestine, where they increase the production of serotonin. And so most of the ladies during the pregnancy have depression. That was countering the depression. Got it? So they
Wow.
were executing a great science, which is we started understanding very recently, but our great ancestors had that wisdom. Mud can, so, like the benefit of dirtiness is really incredible. You cannot believe, you cannot tell him that. Dirtiness also have got amazing benefit. Huh? So fallen fruits, we used to pick the fallen fruits from the ground, which had naturally bacteria. We used to play in soil. We used to eat mud in some, indirect ways. So this all, and we slept in the mud. Like, even I feel that, the earlier Indian traditional houses, they had cow dung. Cow dung was
Yes,
on
sir.
the top of that, So that was an incredible source of bacteria. This was a galaxies of bacteria were located, when we lie down there, we had a greater health of gut bacteria. So our immunity was very stronger. None of us had allergy. None of us had milk allergy. So that's what we should go back to nature. So you are helping people to go in this direction. Really, really, really hats off to you for this great work.
Thank you so much, sir. And really, you're also going with you're advocating the natural things, actually, how to take, because even now, like before, my father, he used to say, like, even if the food falls down, and when the kids are taking the food and eating it, and I'll be shouting, like, "Oh, don't do this," and he will be saying, "Don't worry, they are good. They are good for the baby. Don't worry. Don't think like that." And
Yeah.
he's one of the big motivator for me towards naturopathy, actually. And
Okay. Okay.
I think now my son, he's now 2.8 years. He usually take this puffed rice. If I give the puffed rice in the plate, he'll just throw it off, and he'll just
Mhm.
lie down and take it, just like
Yeah. Super.
animals. And I'll be like, I'll be literally going mad, like, oh my God, what are
Mhm.
you doing? And now I feel like, oh my God, this saves my baby. And even though if they are not going out, they are getting preserved with all these things. So it's
No,
really, your talk is eye opening, sir. It's like
this one are the wisdom,
just
no one taught us. No one taught to our ancestors. They had that wisdom. Today we have better opportunity, better education, but what we are lacking is wisdom. Wisdom
yes,
is literally lacking here, So we should go back to the wisdom of our ancestors. Wisdom, great path shown by our yogis and ancestors.
true, 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 sir.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Yes, I think I have taken lots of time from you.
Yeah.
I'm really very thankful, and we are really thankful to know all
No,
the
I'm too thankful for
listeners.
your, you're doing a great job. You are preserving gut bacteria of numerous Indian populations. A great contribution to country in general as well. So when you have a strong gut bacteria, remember that that's what we are not alone. We always tell that I am alone in this world. Okay, so you are giving their better half for lifelong, a good partner. Even either suicide to depression are related to altered gut bacteria. So when you impart a healthy gut bacteria to a young child by normal delivery, you are not just helping during that period. You are helping until their death. You are becoming like a real Guruji by preserving gut bacteria. Huh? And really great work you are carrying on. May God bless you to,
Yes,
promote this in a bigger way. That's my
sir, sir,
final
sure.
bit to you. Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thanks a lot.